Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Carlos D. I'm an artist from Los Angeles, California. In this video, we're gonna have a little something different. With me today is gonna be my cousin Anthony. Anthony, thanks for taking the time to hang out and sharing what you have to share with us today. So, uh, Anthony has brought a collection of his vinyl records, and we're just gonna chat about them and see what cool memories come about this whole experience. So, what do you have to share first, dude?
So the first one I think we talked about on the earlier video, that was about when I first bought my first vinyl ever. I guess we looked at the time, and I think I was like 12 years old, and that was Def Leppard,
Yeah, it's
the
awesome.
Pyromania album. And I remember taking the bus to Huntington Park from Southgate to buy it, but I bought it one of those Latin album
Yeah,
record album stores. Yeah, so I bought it, and then I go to the bus stop. I can't wait. Like, should I open it? Should I not open it? I want to wait. And then so I turned over and trying to read this over and over, and I started noticing, wait, have this in Spanish? What the hell? And I was like, I hope the songs are in Spanish. Obviously they're not, but in my mind I was like, oh man, they're probably in Spanish. So like right here it says Polygram Discos, and I was like, no, don't tell me that they're in Spanish. I didn't know the difference, So, but yeah, I went to the house, played them off, and then it was fine. They were in English, whatever. But
That's awesome, dude.
yeah, so like the Photograph was one of the popular songs that were at the time. So it started off of that. The first song I put it on, I was like, yeah, this is it. And I had to kick everyone out of my living room because that's where we had the disc player. My mom and my sisters, they didn't want to. They go, come on, give me an hour, So I kind of went through them, and there's so many good songs I remember here, Play for Love, and then Foolin'. There's a bunch of songs here that were like the Rock of Ages, There's just so many songs that I really liked.
And you know what? So this is one of the juicy reasons why album artwork is in my opinion, like, well, it was seemingly so valuable to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You express more ideas. The first song, the title is Photograph.
Yeah.
And here you have these what seem to be like those Polaroids, right?
Yeah.
Ish, like that kind of style to it.
A little negatives too.
Man, like it's ideas. I'm sure the matches there have some relevance to whatever they were thinking, man. It's
there you go, coming in the fire.
see, like all this, it was so cool, and to have an artwork of this size, you could just hang it on the wall.
Yeah, especially if they had the inside liner books,
Mm-hmm.
Like when I opened this one up, it was a little disappointing because this one didn't have one. I was like, oh man. Now I don't know if the original had one. The one that were made from here, but this was done in somewhere, probably Mexico or somewhere,
So this one right here is kind of a bootleg.
Yeah, this is a bootleg one. I didn't know the difference either. So this is my first time I got a bootleg. I had no idea. So that's what I'm saying. When I sat there, I was like, shit, this is Spanish. I really couldn't read Spanish at that time. So I was like, oh man, I hope it's not Spanish. I understand Spanish back then, but I didn't know how to read and write it yet. My mom didn't teach us yet till a little bit later. But
leave it flat as much as possible. Yeah, so the camera.
So yeah, like this part of the artwork, kind of look over it. There's not much to look at. But you still kind of went through it, a couple times, whatever.
Yeah, man, that's cool, dude.
But this is what this is kind of what I would listen to on the radio. So I would listen to a little bit of everything, but this is like this band. I kept hearing one song after another, and I was like, well, if at least I like 3 songs, I'm gonna buy it.
Sure.
Because if I at least like 3 songs, I know the rest is gonna be good. At least I know it's gonna be like that kind of music that I like.
Okay.
So then that's kind of like where I based it off of, and that's why I kind of went off with different bands, I wouldn't go off just one song because a lot of them were, one hit wonders.
Yeah.
You never knew, and you're like, what happened to that band? You have this cassette or album that you're gonna waste your money on, especially when you're young. You save it up, and it's not worth it. So I would wait, to see. And so this band I knew for sure I'm gonna like, and I knew the album before this they had a couple of good songs too, but still, I think just after they have way better songs after this album. They had a lot of good songs too,
Okay.
But the one after this too was great. But this is the first one I based everything off.
That's awesome, dude.
So then my second album, which was still that early time, was Depeche Mode, and it was this one. So it's Some Great Reward. And with this album, it was kind of cool. And same thing, I was listening to part of the songs on the radio. I like one, then like the other. And this one is the one that had People Are People. It's one of the popular ones.
Yeah.
And there's so many Master and Servant and all these other songs that were great. So I got this one too. I remember this one I got it at the mall. I was like, I didn't want to risk it taking it. I didn't want to risk it taking going to
So
hunt to the park again.
So I'm noticing on here 1984.
Yeah.
Wow, man, this.
So I remember this one. I was we used to do photography for the junior high,
Okay.
and we used to take pictures for the yearbook. I was in
Yeah.
the yearbook staff, and then our teacher took us to the mall to go eat or whatever for like a thank you, and then we ended up telling him it's my birthday. He's like, oh, it's your birthday. He goes, well, let's go to the record store and pick whatever you want. And I was like, anything? He's like, yeah. I was like, oh shit. It's like I was there with my friend. My friend's like, you should get these passion right. He goes, yeah, look at these passion ones. This was the one I got.
Awesome.
So this is my second record ever.
That's cool.
And this one had the lyrics.
Oh man, that's
So
the
now,
special stuff, dude.
yeah. So now this is how you know for sure. You know, you get to know all the lyrics and you kind of see how you interpret it before you even learn them. You know, 'cause
Yeah,
I remember I would listen to them on the radio. Some of them I would listen to the radio, and I would sing them a certain way and see the lyrics. Now that by reading them, I'm like, oh, man, oh, this is what it said, and then you can read them, and it kind of opens your mind more to what they were meaning more than what you were interpreting in your way. You know.
Yes.
And it's cool at the same time because that's what you get to see the words actually correct, you know.
Uh-huh.
And then it's like a whole story, and it's like, wow, the Blasphemous Rumors was great, you know. I don't know why I numbered them. Maybe it's they weren't in order, or maybe the way I like them.
But did you ever record on cassette like?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because later on, once I got, because I would listen to them at the house. But I had little those old recorders you would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had one of those that I would play them so I could go to my room and listen to them. So I had that. But when I got more into cassettes is when I got my car. Because I had a cassette player in the
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously, I could drive around.
And see the let's say this is the Inside album artwork, right? It's relevant to this industrial scenery here, and it's just for me at least from an artistic standpoint. I'm like I like all that, you know, the way that they've connected all these little things, and I'm sure it means even more with some lyrics that has something to do with the vision of the album
probably,
and the artwork itself. So that's so cool, man.
Yeah, so this was a good introduction for Depeche Mode. A lot of people didn't listen to him yet, so they didn't get to him till I think an album or two after this one. But for me, this is how I got introduced.
And I'm noticing here words and music by A. Wilder. Who's?
Yeah, that's Andy right here. It's, one of the keyboardists.
Oh.
Yeah. But
And
usually it was Martin Gore.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know Martin Gore is pretty much writing most of the stuff.
He would do music. Alan Wilder was more like the. Well, he just recently died. I think he died this year. Or Andy Fletcher. These two.
Yeah, they're up in age there.
One of these two recently died from like a heart attack or something.
Oh, okay.
But this guy was mostly like he knew how to write music and stuff like that. So they would play their songs and do the music, and then they'll leave, and he actually compose them correctly or make them a little more proper, you know, because they weren't 100% musicians, you know, they were just programming stuff and like that. That's what a lot of people complain, like they didn't play drums live.
Right. And this is the era of synths.
Yeah, this is when synths early started coming out.
Yeah.
The early part.
So drum machines and.
Yeah, so this is when they would do that, and there's a whole story behind it because Vince Clarke, was it Vince Clarke? Yeah, is it Vince Clarke? I don't want to get my name wrong, but from Erasure was in his band.
Oh.
He did there's I can't remember the song. That song.
Oh yeah.
I just can't get enough.
Just can't get enough.
That, which is their biggest hit. He wrote it. He wrote it and everything, and they just played it. And then he left right after that because I guess he wanted to express more of himself. So he left this band.
Okay.
He started doing a band called Yaz, and then he went to Erasure. So, but that's how they started. So when he left, they needed someone else to be proper with music, you know, and he was trained as that. So that's when he started doing the proper training and stuff. But yeah, Martin Gore, after he left, then they were like, well, who's going to play the music? And so David Gahan didn't really want to. So I guess Martin Gore took over, which is kind of a dumb idea because when you write a song and this is published, you make a lot more money.
Right.
Of it, just to be and if you get this gets used for a movie or a commercial, you get a lot more money, way more money. So it's kind of like he could have written lyrics. I guess he just didn't want to. I don't know, but
unfortunately, that's the thing with a lot of issues with bands, at least at that era, also is that how music business is.
Yeah.
If you write the lyrics, your cut is higher.
Oh yeah, big time.
Than just being an instrument player.
I just saw a documentary of I think the Go-Go's. And the Go-Go's had a lot of issues, like in the beginning they're together, whatever. Some did drugs, some whatever, promiscuous, whatever. But most of the problems were later is they found out that one of the girls was making way more money, and it's because she wrote the songs.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Hey man, I told you guys didn't want to do it." So she's like, and then because she got a lot of deals for like that McDonald's or Burger King or whatever. So and then when they found out how much money she was making off of that, they're like, "Hey man, what's up?" You know.
I recall hearing a similar situation with Billy Corgan and the Smashing Pumpkins. Is that he offered initially, like I think it was his idea, like hey, we want to split everything even amongst the teams, amongst the band members. But I something ended up happening where it wasn't like that.
Oh really?
I at least that's from what I recall. I could be wrong, but
and they didn't want to.
A memory.
I remember you talking about Darcy and all that stuff, right?
Yeah,
one of your other interviews. Yeah. So that's another I would like to talk about. But yeah, you're right. I mean, they're done not to take it in if they didn't, you know. So then I did Some Great Reward, and then this was the other album, Music for the Masses. Now this was huge for them. This is when they actually blew up. They blew up on this album, and they were just like one hit after another after another. I mean, it was like nonstop. So this is, I mean, from the beginning to the end, I couldn't say more to this album that I think I wore this out, man. You know? I played it so much. I mean, I liked it so much.
Wow.
And of course, I had the lyrics.
Flip
so
it.
This was made it so much better.
No, I'm sorry.
So this is all the lyrics here for the songs, and so again, you know, it's like you read through them and you kind of like connect a little bit better with them because you can actually get all the words and everything, the chorus and all that stuff, you know. So I love to hear the lyrics, to see the lyrics and stuff. You know?
Yeah. It gives you a different perspective, man.
Yeah, and there's like such a difference. And then here's the artwork for it.
That's cool.
So to this day they still use this as part of their stage or background, you know.
Really?
Yeah, they use these for a lot. Yeah, so
that's cool.
They still bring it up, you know. It wasn't just like that one time. I guess somehow they stuck to the style or whatever. But
yeah,
for me, this was a big record. I mean, it was like either at that time, which was 97, whatever 87 was. It's like probably the whole summer or the whole winter. I just listened to that one. You know, I don't know if you guys probably have the same deal with you would listen to an album. It's like over and over and over again, you know, nonstop. It's like this is definitely one of them.
Oh man, I remember with Bush, the Science of Things.
Yeah,
I played that album back to back.
Oh really?
It's like, man, all the time, dude.
Chemical Between Us, like, oh, that's
man.
I like when it stops and it starts again.
Exactly,
man.
Oh,
dude, that's so awesome.
That is such a fantastic song.
So you wore that one out, huh?
Man, dude. And so I was in the Marines at that time in North Carolina. And again, I was always playing it, and one of my friends, like I think I was like ironing a uniform or something like that, and you know my other buddies were just kind of hanging around chilling, and one of my friends started singing the Chemicals. No. Which one is the slow jam?
Oh my god, yes. Glycerine?
Which one?
Glycerine?
No.
For that album?
No. It's from
From that album? The other one?
The Chemicals.
The Chemicals Between Us?
Yeah. It's a slow song.
Cable?
Yeah. Letting the cable sleep.
Yeah.
And man, I was burning that song out.
Oh really?
And one of my roommates started singing it.
So you actually influenced them?
And another roommate was like, "Oh, it's worth listening to it 1,000 times, huh?" Because that's all I was playing.
Yeah, that's the sing scene. Huh? Yeah. So coming back to the horns, the Depeche Mode. These are like the 12-inch.
Yeah.
I have way more. I only bought a couple because I don't want to drown you guys with so many. But
it's all good.
Yeah, so like since I like that album so much, I got more introduced into 12-inch songs. So these are the ones that would do like remixes or mixes or make them longer for long plays, you know? So like this one was 16 minutes long.
So what is the a 12-inch?
A 12-inch. This is actually a 12-inch album. If you measure it, it's 12 inches.
And the others are not?
They are, but when they would say it'll play faster, but it won't be as fast. It's because it has to it covers all this. So it'll be like one or two songs in each side. And usually, what you would do with the 12-inch, it'll be a remix from them or another producer, you know, that they like or whatever. And then they'll put they'll call a B-side, which will be something a song they did not play on their album.
They didn't release on.
They didn't release it. They'll release it here.
On a B-side, yeah.
Yeah, so like this one's Strangler, right? So I have two different mixes of Strangler, but it's
maxi mix, media mix.
Exactly. Then you will go here, and then you have another mix, which another time another mix, and then another song that was never either put on the album or another mix of that album.
Yeah, which is pretty much a B-side, let's say.
Yeah.
Right?
So then I got into a lot of 12 inches. So I started buying 12 inches, and this is another one. It's like Master and Servant. See. And
Awesome, dude.
This black and blue version.
Yeah.
And then there'll be also different covers, so mixes from here or the UK or wherever they were from, or wherever they would want.
Do you know why it's US black and blue version?
Yeah, because they would do a version for here and another version for like another state, another country.
Like UK.
Yeah, they have a UK version, and I mean I've never actually compared them to see what the difference is.
Okay.
Maybe it'll be the lyrics, or cause like they're more lenient with their lyrics than here.
And when I was in Okinawa, I got Rage Against the Machine. Which one was it?
This one's 8 minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got a Rage Against the Machine, but it was a Japan release only, and it had like 2 extra tracks on it.
See, yeah. And I don't understand why they wouldn't release it here.
Yeah,
it's like
strange.
Wouldn't they make more money? You know?
Yeah.
Like this Renovate Me. See, the song wasn't on the album.
Oh, yeah.
So that's another. I guess this way is good because that way you'll be able to you probably would want to buy this album.
Sure.
To get the song, if you're a fan, you know.
Yeah, it's a marketing.
Yeah. So it kind of works out.
Strategy.
But yeah, so and then some of these were like played at the clubs or whatever, because they'll be like the dance mix or the just the longer mix or whatever.
Yeah.
Like now there's like the trance mix and the house mix and whatever,
of these songs.
Drum and bass mix. So there's so many more than now than then, but yeah. So I would have to actually go hunting. These weren't on the radar anywhere, so you would actually just have to find them yourself.
These 12 inch.
Yeah, like these you couldn't find these you couldn't find back then. At least you couldn't just go to the warehouse like when there was a warehouse with Tower Records. These you have to go to the specialty albums,
Yeah, Melrose
and things like that, because they wouldn't have this just off the bat. And this is another one. This one's
that's
strip.
just cool artwork,
Another
man.
Depeche Mode. Yeah, this one's kind of cool. This is a good song too. Flying the Wall Screen. That's another one. It's a really good song. I don't know if I did get the album for this one.
5 tracks, 25 minutes single.
Yeah, I have this.
Damn, 25 minutes single.
It's a long time.
Yeah. But it's I mean it's interesting, right? Like some of these
like probably some of these, if you're like a Depeche Mode fan, you probably have never heard of these.
Oh, and this is embossed. I don't know if the lighting catches it, but
embossed.
But it's it has a raised press on it. That's really cool.
Yeah. So if you're a Depeche Mode fan and you just have the albums, it will be one thing. But if you have like these songs, you might never heard of it. It might be awesome. You'd be like, oh my God, this is like made in England.
Mm-hmm.
So this probably wasn't found here, And then if you go to specialty albums place, if they weren't a fan, then they wouldn't even buy it to sell them,
Yeah.
So it'd be kind of hard to find too. So, but they were like, this one was like $12. See.
Wow.
So it was a little expensive back then, because you buy an album for $10. You're paying $12 because you're paying for the import and all that stuff.
Sure.
Now this is the other one that's of course probably in everyone's heart, but it's the 101. Which they actually did the tour for.
Yeah.
The live. So this is the live album, which I'm on it.
Oh, in what way?
You can hear me in the background because I went to the concert in Pasadena. I'm way in the back, but if you hear the yelling, I'm probably somewhere in the background.
Awesome.
Because we were like far for it. That day they had a it was a kind of festival, but it was Depeche Mode 101, and it was at Pasadena, and they were going to record it live that day. They actually did the video too. So we were 3 rows. They filmed 3 rows in front of us, and we're like, man! They ran through the audience, and then we it could have been us right there, like, But we were in the back, and then they had like Thomas Dolby. They had what else was there? A bunch of different bands that were there that day. So it started early, and then but yeah, we got floor seats, but we got way in the back. It was we could still see them, but it was kind of like crazy. But this was an important one because they were actually going to film it live that day and make an album out of it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
this is where it's, this is where that.
This is cool, man. This is a shot of what it looks like to be the merch.
Yeah.
The merch table, huh?
And I had this shirt, and I wore it out. I wore this shirt, dude. It's so thin you can kind of see through it already. This is one of the ones. This is when I actually used to buy shirts, you know, because they were, you see, with $23. Now they're like almost $50.
Yeah, yeah.
And $40, whatever they are. But it's gotten crazy now because of the price of the merch. And you know, after this, I was like, man, it costs a lot. I bought a couple of them, but then I really wouldn't want to wear them at school because then you get pigeonholed. Oh, you're the Depeche Mode guy now.
Gotcha.
So I would wear them, but I wouldn't really want to wear them at school because I notice other people wear stuff and then that's it. You know, you'll be labeled that. And I listen to everything, so I don't want to get this. You know, labeled for one thing. Bad enough that Duran Duran thing was on my back. So
what's on the back side?
Okay, and well, actually, this opens up.
Ooh.
Okay, so this is like kind of cool, you know.
Great, yeah.
Okay.
That's nice, dude.
So it's right here, recorded live at Pasadena Rose Bowl.
Wow.
July 18th,
June.
1988. And I got the tickets for this one.
June 18th, 88.
I was mentioning to you, I have a bunch of tickets.
Wow.
So I could actually show you the tickets for this one. But yeah, that was back then. 88.
Wow, that's sick, man.
I was in 9th grade.
Man.
Yeah. I started going to concerts probably in 7th grade.
Really?
Yeah, my girlfriend took me to Depeche Mode actually.
Oh wow.
And I was like blown. I was like, what the? And then Erasure opened up for them. And I've heard of Erasure a couple times on the radio, but I didn't know who they were, or whatever.
Okay.
And they came up with one song. Oh shit, they sing that song? Oh damn, they sing that song? Oh, that was number 3. Oh shit, I'm buying their album.
That's it.
I'm buying their album.
Yeah.
So dude, I went and I bought their album, and there was like one song after. Because they're like Depeche Mode, but they're actually more pop-ish, and they have more like a radio friendly music. But to me, it kind of called more to me because it was like. It wasn't as dark. They weren't as dark. They were kind of dark sometimes, you know, Depeche Mode.
Yeah.
So
Gothic-ish.
Gothic-ish, and Depeche, Erasure wasn't. So
okay.
I kind of like I was more compelled to listen to it because it was more funny, you know. It wasn't too dark.
Sure.
I mean, I got Erasure crazy. I just couldn't listen to that. But they introduced me to them because I went to the concert, and I knew of them, but I didn't know who they were. Okay. I didn't know anything. And then they opened up for Duran Duran. And Duran Duran, they were there. I was like, dude. This is it.
Yeah,
like,
it's a sign.
These guys didn't get, and then they got bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
But they took a while to get more popular than, depending on, like I said, the keyboardist came from Erasure came from Depeche Mode.
Yeah.
He left from that and became that, but they took longer to become famous. They just blew up quick, or a lot quicker. So this is the album, and then let me see the liner notes here. This is black, depressing. Thing over here, and then we got the book.
Oh, wow!
So this is kind of cool because this is like not as, you know, a lot of bands wouldn't do this because it costs a lot of money.
Sure.
So here we go, and now I got cheated. So if you look at the back, I would have been right here, but it's over here. So I was way back here, from over here, right before everything goes up.
Yeah.
I was right there with microphone over here.
So this big screen is in the middle there.
It's in the middle.
Oh, that's kind of bogus, huh?
Yes. So, yeah, they didn't have the big one yet. The ones that came, well, actually, the first ones with Duran Duran to make the big one, the overhead.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were the first one to do that. But yeah, that kind of sucks. These people got screwed.
Yeah. Kind of a bust.
I did that. I got like that for Bush. Because the Bush, and there was a fucking pedestal for me. Oh. So I looked at I was like, this sucks, man. I was at the Staples Center. Oh. Yeah. But yeah, so this is the live one. It was cool. It's at Pasadena. I think this was like back then was like one of the biggest concerts because they had so many people, whatever. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Man, that's cool, dude.
Supposedly they got more popular here than they did in their own land. Oh. Yeah, they got more popular here, and then they got more popular. It took a while, but I think we were able to absorb it easier. I don't know if you've seen any of their documentaries, but it's kind of interesting. So this is Alan Walter, yeah. And then there's Fletch. So I think he died. If I'm not right, I'm not sure if one of these two fools. I can't remember which one. It's like I just found out last month, and I can't remember.
And see, as a fan, especially a high school person, right? A young adult, like having this physically with you, man, it just hits different.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it's just different, man. Yeah, and there's just
Live.
some, yeah, rather than just seeing it on the screen, right? Like on
Yeah.
your iPad or something. Like, no, man, there's
It's like you have
just
it,
something different,
you're
dude.
touching it. You actually physically you handling it.
Yeah, man,
it's
and
with you.
uh, there's really something different than
Yeah.
to be able to flip through and see these pictures in
I
this
mean, it's
form.
simplistic, but it counts a lot, especially if you're a bigger fan, you know.
And this is basically dictating your style too, right? Your style taste that sticks with you. Like next time you pick up a jacket, let's say at the thrift store or whatever, right? Which was popular,
Yeah.
picking up secondhand clothing and just making it your own. Adding your own little flavor to it.
Yeah,
From
yeah.
the influences of what you see.
Within the bands you like.
Exactly within the band's own.
Yeah.
What they're sharing with you through their album artwork.
So like, he'll never let me down again. So that's kind of cool.
Man, that's cool.
I think he's writing something, or he's just thinking that. So you never know. See, it's simplistic, but they choose. But
Yeah,
this
man.
costs a lot of money to print. If you think about how many copies they made of this, and have to do the book for it. you know?
Sure.
So it's kind of cool.
But
I don't know,
these,
dude.
man,
This after music for the masses. I mean, this album was everyone was waiting for it, you know.
yeah.
And it's like it paid off. I mean, it paid off for them, and then I liked it, man. You know.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So
man.
it was kind of fun to have this album.
That's cool, dude. Good old Route 66.
Yeah.
Damn.
I still know that song.
Yeah, I just made a connection, I think. Maybe I'm tripping, but 101 and 66, these are highways that are California.
Yeah.
And this was recorded in California
That's true, huh?
at the Pasadena.
Hey,
Rose
yeah,
Bowl.
because I
That's
knew 101,
interesting.
but I didn't know about 66. Yeah.
Again, man, you see, it's these connections just now, having a different experience
true.
about this album, about this music. Maybe they wanted to show their love to California so much because, you know, that maybe every time maybe the most album sales are from here, right? However they do their marketing research. Maybe this is the way they gave back to the fans of California, dude. This is cool, man.
Well, they did that song, Route 66. I don't know if you
You
heard it.
see?
From the Depeche Mode. Yeah, I like it because it's different. You know, it's not the original one, but you know, the lyrics are the same. You know, and it brings up a lot of California. You know,
That's awesome.
San Bernardino, you know, all the way to here. You know, so it's kind of cool.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
it's not on this album. Huh? I thought it was. I know I have it on a 12-inch for sure
Awesome.
because I bought that one. But yeah, I have way more Depeche Mode. I don't want to bore you guys with it. So just think about all these other 12 inches I have. So.
Awesome, dude.
And I think the last one I bought Violator I bought in CD, so that's when I bring it. But anything before Violator, all the 12 inches, I got them. So if you want to listen to them, I got them. Okay, and then this was my second album. I bought my third album. The second one was Depeche Mode.
Yeah.
This is my third album that I bought. It's a
There
big
it is.
influence too. So I went from Def Leppard to Depeche Mode back to Guns N' Roses.
Wow.
Which we were talking about this before. This was a big
Yeah,
influence for
man.
me. I listened to this. I don't think that record's already born it out, but
Man, dude, what an album, bro.
I saw the concert on MTV.
Oh, my goodness.
Maybe at midnight or something.
Damn.
No, I think at 10, and then they went twice. It's like I watched it once, and they replayed it. I replayed. So again, I never seen someone like this on stage. The way they played, and then the way he played, I was just mesmerized, man, because it was just like I was like, dude, he's not stopping. It's like, damn, he's not stopping. It's like, damn, I couldn't believe it. And then just their look and just the way that place was like really. It was right here at the Roxy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you haven't seen it, you should watch it. It's on YouTube. Just put Roxy, Guns N' Roses, and then it's one of the best recorded live concerts.
That's awesome, dude.
I mean, I memorized that freaking thing over and over, and then this album too, but the live one as well. But I had it on cassette, so
Yeah, man. For me, this image is what caught my attention on the cassette, and I'm like, this is cool, man.
not even knowing who they were.
Not
exactly.
even knowing what was in the cassette. I'm just like, man, this is cool. This is a band, I'll snag it up. And then that was it, man. I played that thing hours and hours while doing my homework.
Yeah, see,
That was
I haven't listened. Didn't never listen to the radio. Them on the radio, nothing. And never even heard of them,
Uh-huh.
But the thing I saw when I saw it on MTV, I was like, "What the hell is these guys?" And I was like,
Yeah.
I went to my friends the next day and I told them, "Dude, this band called Guns N' Roses. Have you heard of them?" No one knew about them. I talked about him at school. No one brought it up. No one had no idea. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to Marvel's. There's gotta be something. I walked in and they had two different versions. So they had this album, the cover, and of course the lyrics. And then they had this album cover, which was the original. But then they had to recall it because supposedly this guy was raping this girl.
Yeah.
And so there was a big controversy about that. So they had to change it, you know. But they had both of them on the wall, and it was behind the counter. You couldn't just go and grab it.
Yeah.
So the guy's like, "Which one do you want?" And I was like, and of course I got drawn by the like you were saying, by the artwork of this one, you know. But I mean, that called me more. But then I was like, damn, shit about this one. Could have been more of a collector's item. You know.
Well, this artist, if anyone is familiar, if anyone knows who Robert Williams is, he's an underground artist. Right around the Rick Griffith era, which this kind of looks a little bit similar to something like what Rick Griffith would do. They were doing a lot of like poster artwork, Grateful Dead.
That's kind of
and so
right.
yeah, so these well, I don't know if this is Rick Griffith. I'm just
Grateful
indicating that
Dead,
it looks very similar to what he would do. But
right now I've noticed that.
Yeah, Robert Williams, he he does a like huge pieces that normally very like sexual innuendo within the pictures, but this dude takes a long time on his artwork, and he's a great artist, but not too well known.
Probably after this one he was, huh?
Still
Really?
kind of underground to this day. Yeah.
Wow.
He's in that documentary Shukolsky or Struggle. He does a long interview because he interacted a lot with Shukolsky.
They talk about this?
They don't talk because it's not necessarily about Robert Williams. It's about Stanislav Shukolsky, but there is a Robert Williams documentary on Tubi, I believe. Interesting.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like if you had the taste for it, you know.
Yeah. So this, I think if I recall right, Slash saw this as a postcard off of Sunset. He was in Sunset and he saw this and he grabbed it and he's the one that introduced these guys. Hey, you should put this in. Oh yeah, I like it. Perfect. So I think Slash had a lot of influence to put this in the cover, and they did put it. But then they got a lot of, people regretting it and whatever. So then
yeah, you
Griffin
could, at that time too. I mean, to put that on your album as artwork for the cover, it'll be controversial.
Yeah. Which I think still this was better. Still to this day, I think it was better.
I would have to agree.
I regret it because I could have had the original, but still.
But you have that one.
And then what's sad is I remember Axel had that in his arm right here.
Yeah.
But I guess when they broke up, whatever, he blurred the faces.
Oh, did he?
I'm like, dude, you should have just left it. Like, I think blurred the faces. It's not the same.
Yeah.
It's just now it looks like it's one of those stains, but whatever.
Yeah.
I think I'm right. I'm not sure, but I think he did blur the faces because I tried to watch one of his concerts of this new stuff, and I can't take it.
Yeah, it's just not the same.
Just his voice, I just can't, dude. Just can't. It's like not the same. It's not the same. Even now that they're together again, it's not.
Yeah.
He just didn't age well with the. I don't know. I just don't. I can't. I tried and I can't. I mean, I like them so much, but I'm just hard with it now.
Sure.
As we turn to nothing. So the lyrics too.
That was when it was W. Axl Rose, right? What was it? William?
Yeah,
William Axl Rose. Right?
Oh, you're right, huh? Wow. You're still doing the W? I didn't know. I didn't even. Wow.
See, again, the beauty of having this physical.
And Rose, he did the Rose McKagan. I saw his.
Oh yeah, because they were all trying to have some kind of Rose influence. No.
Now, if you haven't seen his documentary, the recent one, you should watch it. It's really good.
How recent?
Like last year.
Is it the one where he's
talks about himself?
Where he's sitting down?
Yes.
No, that wasn't last year. That was years ago.
Okay.
That was years ago. Yeah, I've seen it.
With the book and all that?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
was that long?
Oh, dude, it's probably like 5 years ago.
Oh, okay. That was good.
It is fantastic.
It's like how it was mostly about his story, right?
Yes.
How he used to drink so much alcohol and all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's all of them, but yeah.
yeah. But it was mostly.
Yeah, it wasn't
him. It wasn't a Guns N' Roses documentary.
It was a Duff. Yeah, it was a Duff documentary.
Dude, that was so good.
Outstanding.
I loved it too,
absolutely.
Man. I just recently saw it. That's why I thought it was like a year or 2 years ago.
But also Slash's Raised on the Sunset Strip.
That's on that one.
That
That
was
one's older. But
outstanding,
that
dude.
one I watched. Yeah, that one's a good one too.
Yeah.
When he talks about how him and the drummer man these go over his, the hill over there in Hollywood.
Yeah,
And
Laurel
how they
Canyon.
met and everything like that. That was a good one too.
Yeah,
And then everyone else's stories about Sunset.
yeah.
And I was like, and then my parents lived close to it. I was like, man, you guys were there. You guys didn't even go out. They didn't even go out at night. I go, you guys could just watch the sunset and that whole lifestyle. But they had, they were more. My dad was more like, go to work, come home, go to work.
Sure.
And then of course they didn't listen to any different music, just their Spanish, whatever where he came from, So he would listen to that.
Yeah.
So he wasn't so musically inclined. They would listen to, but I would listen to music, but not really.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like maybe at parties and stuff, but they're mostly cumbia, merengue, whatever you listen to. But I was like, dude, you were like 2 blocks away from Sunset Boulevard. You guys there? Boy, you just see people there. But I was like, oh my God, that's when Sunset was the bomb, dude. And I was like, you guys were there? You guys never took me there? I was like, I would love to be there because I saw the documentary and that's what we talk about Sunset.
Yeah,
About all the people there and the people passing out flyers, the way they were dressing, the way they were walking. I mean, I wish I was just a fly after a while. It would have been awesome.
Oh man.
But this is I mean, another one from beginning to just like the Depeche Mode, beginning to end. Every song is awesome. I mean, it's rare to me, at least for me, that I would love every single song.
Yeah, man.
But with
this
this one,
album, every single song was.
I'll leave it on even to now. To this day, I'm like,
Yep.
okay, this song. Oh yeah. The only one I just didn't was Paradise City. Too long for me.
Okay.
And the chorus just go over and over again. It was like I would have to skip a little because I just got a little bit tired of it. And then when it got airplay on the radio, even worse. Because I would switch it because it was to me it was just too long, way too long.
Okay.
And something that repetitive would drive me crazy. What was the other one? November Rain or something when they came out later on? They did another one that was long. But this one for me,
November Rain did have an extended version.
yeah, but this one for me was like too much, just too much. I liked it, but oh my gosh, it's just like I don't know, it's just too long for me. It's and it repeats. But other than that, every song here and there, like okay, I'm done with the song, and then this one come out, I'm like oh that was good, and then another one come out, I'm like oh shit, this one's even better. Oh this one's even better. Oh shit, I forgot about the one. It's like it just kept laying on top of each other.
Yeah, man. Damn, dude. Just looking at these. Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's like boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom.
I can literally
Welcome to
hear
Jungle.
them all in my mind as I'm going down through all of them. Night Train. Oh my man.
Mr.
Dude.
Brownstone, come on, Paradise City, Mama Michelle, you're like shit, Mama Michelle. And then Sweet Child of Mine, come on. That was my all time favorite. For me, it would be this, and maybe this one because of the introduction to me, Welcome to the Jungle.
Same here.
But Sweet Child of Mine for me was a dick, dude. And then You're So Crazy, and then you got Rocket Queen too. It's like, dude, to end, it's like still awesome,
man. For me, that was it, man. When I got to Sweet Child of Mine, it threw me off because I'm listening to all this like, oh, this is badass rock and roll, badass rock and roll, badass rock, and then, bam, that hits, and it's like, what?
Yeah.
Like, damn, this is a great song.
Just the way it starts, dude, huh? Just that his introduction to it.
Man.
It's like, dang. And that was just, so he said that lick he did from the beginning, it was just a practice thing he would use.
Yeah.
To like warm up. And that's when Max was like, play it again?
Yeah, he said he hated it. I was like, like an arpeggio that he was just like, okay, it's just a warm up. It's like, oh yeah, go with that. Like, fool, I'm warming up.
yeah. And then look what happened. I mean, even to this day, like, I don't know if you've seen the commercial for like some kind of phone thing, and he's there trying. He's trying to
That's such a funny commercial.
Be a part of the band.
She's
three chords and then 3 chords and it was like boom, that's it. You're like, oh, that's the song, and it brings back all that memory to you. Yeah.
She's you're in. He's like, oh sweet.
Yeah, oh sweet. You don't need to pray. You don't need to audition. Trust me.
That's a funny commercial. That's a good one.
Okay, all he played was what, three chords maybe?
No.
How much did he get paid?
Right on for the commercial.
Yeah, so like here it's like one of those songs that you just hear and you fucking know what's up,
That's a great album.
But this is like my, what would I say, 10th grade, 10th, 11th.
Wow.
Might be 10th grade. Like, but this is like I was telling about Depeche Mode or one of the other bands. It was my summer song, my summer band. Yeah. This was my whole year.
Wow.
This is how I listened to my whole freaking years. Like I couldn't, you couldn't rip me apart from this one.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah. So this is a big deal.
Great album.
Yeah.
Great album.
And it's still there. I would hate when I used to freak out when this were ripped. So like if you can see, I don't know if you noticed earlier, but most of my albums I have tape around them here. See, I have this tape.
Eh,
It's so old, it turned yellow.
And that's because you wanted to protect it.
I want to protect it, keep the protection. Like it, like I don't know how it's gonna be in 20 years. So
Yeah.
But look at it, it made it worse because it's all yellow.
Yeah.
I actually ruined it more than I actually fixed it. And then I will put this. Actually, no, I'm putting it right now. Yeah, I'll put them the opposite, so then the album will slip out. You know?
Yeah. Okay.
Because sometimes there's where you because back then this just a scratch and they'll be there forever.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like you can buff it out or anything.
Yeah.
And then I got this one after that one.
Oh,
This
man.
is before. This I was still out. I was still vinyl. So the ones after this, the Illusion ones, I got in CD. But
Okay.
this is my
Same here.
final vinyl for them.
Man.
But yeah, and this one's also a controversy album
Yeah.
for the lyrics. But no, talking about.
Wow.
So it's okay or what? Yeah, so it's all this controversy, but I guess here because they talked about gays and
Man, these fools are
homosexual.
gnarly, bro.
Yeah,
She took my sperm without her permission. Damn.
I got a story
Rough
about that
stuff,
one. I
man.
got a story to tell you about that one.
Man.
Yeah, so yeah, so
Gnarly, bro.
this is a good album too. I mean, I was expecting more from it, but it was still pretty good. I don't know if you heard this one.
No, dude. What is this?
This is Guns N' Roses, but it was like a shorter version of it. See, that's how he used to look before.
Yeah.
When he was this is when he was in Rose or
Oh, this is a live.
the live one, yeah. But there's other songs here that weren't on the album. Let me get it back. And we got
Oh.
So if you haven't seen this record, it's pretty good. Okay, it's Patience. I used to love her. I used to love her, but I had to kill her.
Yeah.
Okay. You're crazy. 1 in a Million. Ever heard these songs?
No, dude.
Oh, dude, you gotta listen to them. They're pretty good.
Wow.
If you can probably find them on YouTube. And then
Probably.
Reckless Life, No Bones, Move to the City. It's okay. Then Mama Kim was, I think, a remake of some band, which before my time, but I can't.
Okay.
I think Mamas and the Papas or one of those bands like that, which I'm not too sure about. So this is how his look was before,
Yeah.
when it was another band called Rose or something like that, Suicide Road or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Can't remember exactly the name right now, but yeah. So this one came after that one as an attempt to just sell something, you know.
Wow.
So they kind of backtracked a little bit. See, 86.
Damn.
But they have some good songs here. But the one that was more controversy was it wasn't Patience. Move to the City, you know. So it's one of these over here. I think it's might be 1 in a Million.
What was the issue with that?
He talks about gays and homosexuals and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
But he says the way he put it in the lyrics, it wasn't bad towards it, but because he's like I don't want anyone to say it or don't remember exactly, but a lot of people took it bad, you know, like
Sure,
oh, this
sure.
is anti-gay or whatever.
Yeah.
But he says no, it's pro instead of
Oh.
con, whatever. But so they got a lot of backslash from that, you know, just like a lot of other bands. They interpret it wrong. Oh, like it's Matchbox 20 when he says I want to abuse you or whatever. What was that? Matchbox 20 got also the same thing for that.
Oh.
It's one of their popular songs. I want to take advantage of you, stuff like that.
Okay.
She was saying, and so people were like, oh my god! And so there's all these women activists are saying, you know, oh, you're saying you want to abuse you? She wants to abuse her and wants to take advantage of her. And he's like, no, I'm saying the opposite of that, but this is the way I'm singing the lyrics.
Yeah.
So if you read the lyrics or see the lyrics, it's different from what you're hearing on the radio. So, you know, I want you to take advantage of me, stuff like that. You know? So they took it wrong, and then that's what Axl says in this one. He goes, no, it's the opposite, and I'm trying to, you know, but that's the way I felt at the time. Blah blah blah. So it kind of goes back and forth. So
Okay.
I don't know about 100% the whole story, but that's part of it. Like, but this is it's a semi good album. This is but they have some pretty good songs. Like
So this was after Appetite for Destruction.
it came out after Appetite, but I think these songs were before. So I think they kind of went back and kind of like almost like
They like released their EP or something.
yeah, because as you notice on the Appetite for Destruction, there is no knocking on heaven's door.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, and that they put that one till Illusions 2,
Yeah.
right? Okay, and in that concert I'm telling you, they sing it
Oh, the live
live,
show.
and that's way before Illusion. It was like before
Yeah.
it was before even this album when this album was about to come out.
Sure.
They were really advertising for it, because you gotta think the Appetite for Destruction came out, no one cared for it. It took them 2 years, I think, to
Yeah,
get popular.
yeah, that's right.
So that concert was 2 years before anyone even listened to them.
Yeah.
So for me, that's what I'm telling you. When I couldn't find their album, but they were already out, but not a people, they weren't selling, so not people, you had to go somewhere that people would kind of hear them. That's why when I went, those people already knew Melrose, but they had it in the back. You know, they didn't have multiple couples out there because they were
wasn't
already selling. Yeah. So by having the back, and then you kind of pick them out, whatever, and then they'll go and get you that one, you know?
Cool.
But later on, yeah, it's like if they popular thing, yeah, you go over there and they had like 20, that album, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But not at the time, and there was no way you're going to find out Tower Records or anything like that. There's no way how you would have found it.
Man, and this the design for their logo, right? The guns and the roses. Man, that's so like appropriate too.
Yeah, it's true. It's like perfect marketing for everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a good album. You should listen to it if you're a fan. I would say listen to the because Patience is a good song too. Just a little patience, yeah. So
Alright.
1 in a Million too. I think it's 1 in a Million, the one that had controversy. I'm thinking about the lyrics in my head now. That's the one. Because it says idiots and faggots.
Oh yeah, yeah. It
Something
says
like that.
attacked by homosexual.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's those right, those ideas before
Yeah.
issues came.
And there's another big influence. I think I told you before I did that Duran Duran concert.
Yeah.
We dressed up as these guys here, which is another big album for me. Motley Crue, Shout at the Devil. I mean, dude, this is my junior high also. This is what I was really into them also. But I didn't buy this album because I wasn't sure yet. And they have a lot of country. They're devil worshippers and this and that. And these were one of the first ones. They say if you play the album backwards, it says stuff. And I did play it backwards, and I kind of listened to what they says, but
yeah, No Chupacabra came out.
I heard a lot of wash. I didn't hear like the devil loves you or something like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was 100% true, but I did play it backwards just to see it. I never caught anything out. So my friends and I would get together and we were like, "Did you hear that? No, we hear that." We were trying to hear something. Okay, so this is the one I told you that my I was trying to remember if you were there. I'm pretty sure you must have been because it was like a family party.
Okay.
And actually, my friends and I dressed up as them, and then we came out in the garage, started playing, and then we had like a fire extinguisher, and like like it was the smoke. But then that smoke just came down. We were like choking off of it, and then it would fall to the floor, and it became soft, like slippery.
Yeah.
So we're like, oh shit! We're like, dude, we had to move out because, and it's like we had to stop. I think I had to stop the song or something because it was like. Funny. It was like, oops, we never practiced, we just did it, and we were just mimicking. We weren't really playing or anything,
sure.
So we didn't know what we were doing. We were just kids dressing up as this band, because they had this look for them, They had this look that everyone was different.
This band was pretty much one of the first ones that, at least I recall, if you say big hair band, like bam, you automatically go Motley Crue, like
it was Motley Crue. It was Motley Crue, and then. Yeah, because Def Leppard wasn't as far off like they were.
Yeah.
Because Nikki Sixx wanted this band to stick out.
Yeah, man.
We gotta look harder. We gotta look more crazy. They got him because he was blonde, mostly because I haven't seen the movie, but they were like, he's blonde. He's like, all the girls love him. Let's do that, this and that, And I mean, I love this band so much, and that's again with the same thing with Axl. His voice has gotten so chopped up that I wanted to go to this last album because they supposedly quit the band and broke up so many times back and forth, right?
Okay.
So the last time they even wrote contracts that was it, this and that, but they offered him so much money to come back to play with who? Def Leppard.
Oh.
And it was Def Leppard, Motley Crue. Was it Poison? No. Shit. One more back. Pat Benatar.
Mm-hmm.
Pat Benatar. Def Leppard. Motley Crue. I think it was Poison. No, shit, it was Poison. I don't know. We were wrong. I think it was Poison. Oh, shit.
Man, these dudes are like...
Anyways, so they got together, and they came back. But, dude, his voice is so fucked up that he kind of, like, doesn't sing the lyrics, or he hands it over to the audience.
Oh.
Which is, in a way, I used to like that, but now they do it too often. It's like they're cheating us.
Yeah,
because they're not singing the song that they used to.
Right.
And they're expecting us, like, dude, I'm paying for you to sing it, not for us.
Sure.
Which is cool when they hand it over, like, yeah, but not so much. This guy's doing it too often.
Yeah.
So now they're saying that they're doing a lot of recorded tracks.
Oh.
Because they caught Tommy supposed to put it up, and he hasn't played it, and then they start, and he goes, he tries to catch up. And you can see him do it. he does the same thing some other times, and then his lyrics are going off, and he's singing away, and his microphone's not even close to him. So, and they were saying we would never do that, and obviously they are, because he left now again, because he's getting older and he's getting that disease that he can't really move, so he's healing strong. He says it's not, but dude's obviously can't even move. He looks like
Parkinson's.
He's like so he called them out. Like, yeah, they're using that now. They're using back on track.
Wow.
So they got pissed. They're like, dude, come on, you fucking us up, whatever. But now they're paying them more money now than they used to back then.
Wow.
That's why they got out of retirement, supposedly.
And this is 1983. Damn.
So my mom had a white wig, so I dressed up as him. I cut this up too. My mom, I have an old leather jacket. I cut this up like this, and I did all it. I remember I had the picture. I should have brought it. I have a picture, and I was dressed up just like this guy. And I'm like this, and I was like, I'll be the lead singer because I have this. And I remember we played that one time right there, and then we did that, whatever. And then I think that same year we did the Duran Duran thing at the school, and then boom, blew up at the school. So like, we did 3 concerts there at the school for the Mexican earthquake, and we did so much money, dude. And then we just like,
wow.
So this is part of that. I mean, this album I listen to a lot too. Every song is awesome. Remember when they played live? I couldn't go. I was young. I was still in junior high. There's no way my parents would let me go. And they played the US Festival, which was like a 3-day long festival. It was like one day was new wave, then it was metal, and then there was something else, whatever.
Okay.
It was 3 days, like Coachella, but it was we're here in San Bernardino. I couldn't go, but that's where we got introduced to them. And they were getting popular back then, but that's just pushed them over the top, But this was a big influence, and I bought every record after this. I don't have them with me, but it was like, I got the album before this, after.
Oh, okay.
So they had this album, they had one before, Too Fast for Love. I bought that one in CD, man. That was awesome. That one was also a great one to have. And then after that, they come out with the other albums and Smoking in the Boys' Room and all the other ones.
That's so cool, man.
So they have like every album to like the pig one or whatever, I forget the name of it, but they were great. But that, they after that, mostly there was like the older stuff that was great.
Okay.
But that was a big influence. And then from them, I got introduced to this band. I don't know if you heard of this band, but of course, but I don't know if you ever as much.
Yeah.
Which I saw them live last year.
Oh,
but I got there late, so I heard them, but I didn't see them live.
Okay.
We were in the line to get in.
Oh.
So I took my nephews to see Bush, The Cult, and so Stone Temple Pilots with the new singer.
Oh wow.
Unfortunately.
What is a popular song from The Cult here in this
Cult?
album?
This album would be. This is the album full, but for me would be Firewoman. Is 12 minutes.
Oh.
Firewoman was a very popular one, which I love this song. It was like even I hear it now, I'm like, damn, I like the way it started. I like the guitar riff. The guitar riff is awesome, and I mean, look at the artwork too, man. It's awesome. That signature that this guitarist has like that. I mean, that for me, that's like, wow, that's kind of awesome.
That is awesome.
I mean,
it's like the Michael Jordan.
The Michael Jordan, yeah. It's like if Slash would have had something like this too, man, it would have been even bigger
silhouette,
with this little silhouette in his hat,
Yep.
But this guy stole it before. But these guys were before guns, So, but this was a. I thought the lead singer was he was like Indian, but he wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
But he was like how would I say? He just I guess he's from here, but I thought he was like. He was dressed up so much like a Native American. I thought he was probably part of that, but he wasn't. He liked the look.
Really?
Yeah, and this is another good song, Red River Machine. This song was awesome. Also, really good song. If you haven't heard of it, you should probably hear it. You might like it. But it has a. Let's see, the B-sides, the extended version. That's not as great, but this song was pretty popular, and I like that one too.
Awesome.
And then this one. Wallflower.
Oh,
that's another song.
That's a badass artwork.
Yeah. So these 3 songs were awesome. They reminded me of the Mayan.
Yeah, that's
right?
cool, man.
So he would dress up like that. So I was thinking the whole time. I was thinking he was Indian because he would wear that chief with the feathers now, which somebody now it's like racist if you wear it. But because my mom dressed me up as that when I was younger. And I put it online and someone thinks like, nope, denied, 2 races.
Oh,
racist.
wow.
I'm like 5 years old. He's like, I'm 5 years old, and then like I'm doing it on purpose,
Oh,
like, But yeah, so this is another album that was a big difference.
Yeah, that's cool, man. All this again. This. Let's see the album artwork of the other ones. Yeah, just put it off to the side.
See how that has the skull here?
What's on the back of that one?
More of their beer.
Oh, sick.
That's cool. They have beer. Well, I mean, it was probably fake, but yeah, it's before you could do your own beer, like nowadays, you know.
Uh-huh. Draft your own stuff.
Yeah,
That is a cool silhouette, man.
Right?
Yeah.
It kind of calls you out on it.
Yeah.
Like, wow. His guitar licks in the beginning was like dun 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 dun, and you're like, oh shit, here it goes. Almost like a Sweet Child of Mine, you know?
Okay.
When you hear that, you're like, oh, you can kind of get ready, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they have a lot of they had like three albums before this, but I started listening to them from here on.
Okay.
I kind of went back, but it wasn't the same sound. It wasn't the same. Bob Rock was producer. But it wasn't the same for me, so I kind of like listened to the stuff after this, you know.
Okay.
And they were gone for a while, and then I heard they came back, and I was like, oh, they're touring again, and I was like, I gotta go see them. And then with the Bush, I was into Bush, like they're touring with Bush. Oh shit! And Stone Temple Pilots, damn! I was like, I'm out.
Wow.
So we went to go see them, and then I didn't see them on time. Like I heard their main song. I'm like, they're playing right now. And then time we went in, they were like off the stage, and I was like, damn. So to this day, I still haven't seen them live. So it's kind of sad, but yeah, they were kind of an influence for me for.
You can leave it on the table there, since we're gonna wrap the video up here.
Okay, stop here, right? Fine.
Yeah, well, at least for this one. Thanks for sharing, dude. That's cool, man. I'm always excited to hear music stories. For me, the effect of music on the individual is something I'm always curious about, because I know, again, like what my music does to me. So it's cool to see the going down memory lane here for you, and sharing the albums. It's awesome, dude. Really cool, man. So
hopefully they like it. I mean, if they're my age, probably they'll understand it more. But if you're probably younger, maybe some of the albums. But I got other albums. Maybe you'll remember.
yeah. We'll go through some more. As far as this video, we'll just wrap it up here. So to the audience, thank you for hanging out. If you enjoy the video, I appreciate just the fact that I have different guests, that are willing to share other ideas aside from just creating art. Again, for me, my initial approach was just, let's see what happens. I just want to do some artwork and stuff, but sharing experiences, especially about music, I mean, that's always something that's, again, a thrill for me to hear. So thanks again, man. To everyone out there in this amazing spiral, enjoy life and be kind.